Hey ballers, welcome to These Balls Could Talk, the podcast that knows all of our teams would have definitely signed Micah Parsons to a long-term deal by now.
We don't need him.
This is Mark along with John and our producer Pete. We're getting ready to discuss the latest in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you hear or see, please like us or hit that subscribe button, or as someone on the show likes to say, tickle that little bell. Wow. I was going to say, no, you guys usually have some response to that.
Sorry.
I was there.
I was turning down the volume. I mean, something.
I was turning down the suck.
Joining us tonight is our guest, Jon Henry. Thanks for joining the show, John.
Appreciate you guys welcoming me on.
What's going on, man?
Looking forward to it. Another good day.
How are we gonna do this, Pete? About do we have to do like a John Cena, John H situation? You think?
No, because there's J-O-N and
Should we just call John Crack?
No, we there's two different spellings of John. We're good.
Totally.
You can't.
That won't be confusing at all.
When we say it out loud, though.
John with an H.
So it's just call our John John.
Emphasis on the H.
Yes. A hard H.
A very hard H.
John.
Anyway, John, how you?
I'd like to say that I haven't heard that before, but going great. As my good friend Mark told me, season 2 of House is very, very good.
Love that.
Jamie and I got ice cream today. Penny Lane, totally not a sponsor, but you could be. It was very good. Work was fun. John, without an H, works with me, and he can attest to the fact that it is very empty in the summer. No one comes to work, so I had to keep myself busy all day. So I ran back and forth and traded out phones. State still runs because everybody's at home. And
Indeed.
I am excited for, what we're in the middle of right now is Jamie's going to be 13 in less than a month. Well, no, a little over a month.
Yeah,
a month and 3 days,
days.
Jamie's going to be 13 years old. And so her girlfriends have finally told her that a laser tag, if she has another laser tag party, she's in trouble. And so we're trying to plan something different. And I think we're doing kind of a, literally like one of our parties. She wants to do a stand-up party game party.
She's such a kid.
Yeah, she is. And so it's awesome, by the way. And so I'm trying to find a private room that will have food. So I think we might go to Brown's, actually. That's where I'm leaning.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a minute.
So we were talking about in the green room before the show that Mark, Pete, and I went to RPI. And so Brown's Brewing used to be the Troy Brew Pub. I think it was something before the Troy Brew Pub. Brown's is the shit. Not a sponsor, but you could be.
And John,
that's a lot of my life right now.
John, without the hard H, like you're in Troy now, so you're very familiar with Brown's, I'm sure.
Not too familiar.
No?
I got out of Troy right after high school and pretty much haven't been back there since steadily anyway.
I totally understand that because
I'm still in the upstate region.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So from Buffalo, like I knew that as a kid, but I didn't know it as an adult. So all my friends that now grew up there and stayed there, they're like, "Oh yeah, this place." I was like, "I don't know, dude. I left when I was 18. I don't know any of these places."
Anytime I'm home anytime I'm at my parents' house and like one of my like other siblings who are older than me, they like, "Hey, where's this or where's that?" I'm like, "I don't live here."
Yeah.
I don't live here. I haven't lived here since I was 18.
When I still drive, like visit you guys and drive the roads, they still feel familiar to me.
Well, that's because you should live here, Mark.
Yes. That's like destiny calling you back.
That is destiny calling you. That is the pattern. The pattern is pulling at you. Oh, and oh my God.
Yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters is always in my head. It lives in my head rent free.
Wait, what is that again?
And okay, so I have a teenager. John has a teenager. So there's a movie on Netflix called K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is about a K-pop girl band who is the most famous band in the world, but actually they hunt demons and they use their voice to hunt demons, right? That's like the thing. And so the plot goes that the demons start a demon boy band and they sing at each other.
So K-pop versus the boy band.
So It's so good. It's so good. It's like deep. It's about acceptance, and the songs are all on pop radio right now. I think they're 3 of the top 5 songs on pop radio.
Of course they are.
And it's insane. It's so good that it's getting released in the movie theaters as a sing along. It's only been out for a month.
Okay, so this is just the TV show Gem when we were kids in the 80s.
It is the TV show Gem from the 80s, but
live action, not animated.
To be honest, watch it with Steph. It's so good. It's from the Through the Spider-Verse people. The animation's incredible.
Okay, so
the acting's really good. The music's really good.
Okay.
It's great.
Nice.
Because all my kids are locked in on it, so literally
so hard.
Like, TikTok with it and everything. So
nice.
It's really good.
Like
really
if you open TikTok or Instagram and you scroll for like a little bit, you will hear Golden. That's like the top song from it. I mean, dudes are singing it. People are singing it. It's amazing.
I'm sure Steph knows
Watch
about it
today.
All right.
It might be too fantasy for her, honestly. So you should tell her it's worthwhile.
She likes fantasy.
Anyway, we're digressing. Mark Lark, how are you, man? Are you feeling better?
I feel better. I don't sound great. Very nasally and congested. I don't know what I got. I might be just allergies, but it felt very fluey and phlegmy. So I don't know what it was, but
the nanny.
On the men's now.
Sorry.
Very excited because I have summer kickball playoffs tomorrow. And then I'm going to...
I don't even think I know that summer kickball started, and you're already at playoffs.
Yeah, it was a very short season, and it was a draft league, too. I think we mentioned it on when I think someone was on the show, but, we've had a lot of kickball people on the show. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Kickball
and then Tuesday, I'm going to a Red Sox game.
Nice.
No thanks to John.
Today?
No,
you didn't say. Tuesday. And then the next Monday, you're going to the Yankees game.
And then the next Monday, I'm going to a Yankees game. Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
So I personally will go to all 3 ballparks in one season.
Yeah, well, you have to buy the Red Sox tickets. We're already almost done.
You have to let me know when you're available.
I am available many weekends and some Mondays won't work. We'll have to do, but I can take a day off in the middle of the week.
We talked about Friday, Saturday, right?
We were just talking about how nobody comes to work in the summer. I can take any time off I want. You just got to pick a day. And Jeffem doesn't even have a job. Sorry, Jeffem.
You have to pick the day.
No, you pick the day.
You're the one. You're the one that has to travel far.
You have to buy the tickets.
That's how we left. That's how we left.
Okay.
I'll just buy tickets and you will show up.
No, you give us. This is how you plan things with adults. I
sent you guys dates. All right, we're already getting heated up. Pete, how you been?
Okay, so while you guys were fighting about this, I was in Western New York. No, yes. So I had to go to Western New York for this weekend. Unfortunately, we talked about it last week in the podcast. R.I.P. Uncle Bob. It's Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
He's an amazing man of very big mystery, incredible pool. I forgot. I guess I just didn't realize how amazing at pool he was. He was in like a bunch of pool leagues, like tournaments and stuff like that for the last 30, 40 years. And every tournament he was in, he was either first place or second.
I could take him.
Was he just like a natural athlete? Because you were talking about how he could throw a pretty good fastball. Too.
Yes, and
he could make a baseball disappear into the stratosphere. Yeah, so the legend grows.
So my cousin Tim did an amazing job in the eulogy. My mom wrote it, and Tim adapted it and said it.
Tim timmed it.
Fantastic. He timmed it. He did a great job. Incredible. And
is that Tim GPT?
Tim GPT.
No, Tim is just incredibly charismatic.
Tim's just He made us laugh.
Tim has a high charisma score.
Yes. He made us laugh. He made us feel. It was good. And but my story about my Uncle Bob throwing, this guy could have been an MLB pitcher. Like, he just didn't care for organized sports. And I remember as a kid watching him, and he's like just taking a rock.
Except for pool.
Maybe he could do that. That wasn't. Yeah, I guess so. That was the only organized sport he did. But anyway, he threw a rock, and I swear to God, it went in a straight line up into space, like in a Superman movie, where it just disappeared, and you never saw it fall or arc down. And he is notorious, I guess, for hitting cars from like hundreds of feet away with snowballs so hard that they like almost broke windshields, and then they would get chased by people in those cars, and my mom was like, "Run!" And she's like, no, run to the neighbor's house, not ours. We don't want him to know where we live. So it was a whole big story about that. Apparently, I didn't know this one. My Uncle Dave, and the 3 houses down, was just egging him on. He's like, you can never hit me with a snowball from here. There's no effing way. My Uncle Bob hit him so hard, smack in the face at that point, that it was just like knocked him over from like 3 houses away. Just dead on, dead aim. Perfect. But anyway,
some arm talent there.
Seriously. So anyway, it was a good time to see the cousins. I wish it was under better circumstances. We're gonna miss them a lot. And but with all this, Liam has now been like back and forth. Every weekend has been on a different trip. So he's been.
I was just about to ask if you brought the little one. Yeah,
we did. He had a ton of fun with his cousins when he was there, but he's just had a very inconsistent week. So he's been up and down. He's been tough to drop off at daycare sometimes. He's like, his eating is inconsistent. It's been a little bit, but he's adorable and he's still amazing. And now he started singing. So we're singing like the ABC song, and he's now singing back at us.
Because he's your kid.
Yeah.
And Steph's kid.
It's awesome.
So that's been my life.
Baby's gonna baby.
Baby's gonna baby. Work
John Pete has an almost 2-year-old.
Yeah, he's not so much of a baby anymore. What's that?
So good luck once he switches over to that 2 stage.
Yeah, I feel like he's already creeping into
he's almost
it.
There.
He's communicating enough
nothing, right?
to be picky about stuff already and tell us like, nope, not doing that. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Give me more of that thing. I was like, no, you can't have more of that thing. He's like, no, I want more of that thing.
What's your only child?
Yeah.
Only kid, yeah. Enjoy your moment, man. I know it's cliche, but literally, snap of a finger, it goes by.
I totally understand now. He's already, like, today we saw a picture of him and I was like, Steph, that's our kid. He's a full-blown freaking kid in this picture reading a book at daycare. I'm like, where did our baby go? And she's like, I know. Yeah, so I hear you on that.
Oh, it gets worse, Pete. I have a picture to my left right now of my niece who is 3 years old, in this cute as a button. She will be a sophomore in college.
I was gonna say, isn't she in college? That's crazy. Damn, they grow fast.
Yeah.
All right. Hey everyone, why did the pitcher carry a cup of coffee to the mound?
Why, Mark?
Because he needed something to warm up his fastball. It's time for warm up your balls. So, John, I didn't do a new wheel.
Oh. I know, because I didn't update it on the website.
So, we may have some repeat questions, but during this segment, Pete will spin the wheel that will randomly select a question for our guests to answer. Are you ready, Pete?
It's okay, everyone. Mark was sick.
Despite there not being a new wheel, I hit Control F5. So, just in case.
It's just habit. It's just habit.
And I have a new setup.
I did my part.
I still have to.
You guys did all the work writing the new questions of the wheel and throwing the code in there, and I hit 2 buttons on my keyboard. That's fair.
Make sure the show happens, Pete. We still love you.
All right, here we go. So, John H, or H-list, John, whatever however we're going to do this. We'll figure it out. Yes, we'll figure it out. What is a song lyric?
Just call him John.
John, okay. What is a song lyric or quote that sticks with you?
Song lyric quote that sticks with me. It's a great question.
Or any quote. How about any quote that stuck?
Well, yeah, it's either or.
Adult life.
I'm not grabbing it at the moment.
We stumped you, huh?
We
stumped you.
Yeah, early stump.
Oh no! All right.
It's someone's good
Jahan,
ones too.
how about you?
That's the other problem. Yes.
Jahan, you have a favorite quote or lyric?
As the world famous Rudy Kellner once said, "It all gets done in the end."
You said that one a lot.
I think, though, it's such. It's just so relevant and pertinent for an anxious person to realize that, like, the end of a thing always comes, and generally at the end of a thing, you're fine. You're fine. And so, like, getting all twisted about it and kind of caught up in it is just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I take CBD now. It's really just, you just don't get caught up in the small stuff. That's all. I told Jamie that every day, every single day, because Melanie and I gave her the gift of anxiety. So you're welcome, honey.
She's your kid.
There's a good one that I always like this one from whenever, and especially now it's pertinent because of just how crazy, chaotic, and depressing the times can be right now, and it feels like there's nothing you can do about it. So I say to that, and so do all who see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. That is from Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. I always thought it was a cool quote.
Did you see that Trump's going to replace PBS with Christopher Columbus saying nasty things? No good.
And the Smithsonian apparently is now
just
just
explorer.
Fake news, baby. Or fake history. That's what it is. Fake history.
Ugh. I remember in college being enlightened by all this, like the true history of all this stuff. It was a book called Lies My Teacher Told Me. So we got to read that, and it was like this revelation. It was like, oh,
well, I got to tell you, and we're not going to stick on politics.
But now it's going opposite, and now we're just like reverting.
We're not going to stick on politics because we're going to get in a rabbit hole because the world's so weird. However, the joy of my week is Gavin Newsom roasting Donald Trump. That's been the joy of my week. And if you haven't seen the tweets, go look them up.
Podcast? On his tweet.
No, on Twitter and the official news outlet about how he's going to make the most big, beautiful maps ever, and Taco Trump is going to lose. It's amazing. He's literally tweeting just like him. I think his press secretary should get a raise.
Well, you don't think it's actually him tweeting these?
No. No. Next question, because we are dawdling.
Anyway, all I can say though is do make the changes and decisions and things that you can control and do the best you can with those. All right. This is a fun one. What's the first thing you'd buy if you won the lottery? John, you got first dibs.
We definitely did this one.
We did this one before, but John hasn't done it.
We haven't heard John's take on it.
No, I haven't done it. Yet. First thing I'm buying is probably some stocks. Put more money back into it.
Ooh.
Smart. Investing right away.
We had this question last week, John, and everyone was like, I think I'll pay my bills.
That's what I said. We did say college funds and all that. All right.
There's so much normal things.
Investor John, what should the listeners invest in?
Yeah, any suggestions?
I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I think I like XRP Ripple.
Okay.
There's some. They were a popular thing a few years ago. Then they went into some litigation. I've been just following them for a little bit.
Okay.
And right now they're a little bit over $3. I think when I got into them, they were less than 40 cents or something like that. So
that's pretty multiples. Yeah. Wow. That's almost a order of magnitude gain.
It's some gains over the last 2-3 years, but so has the rest of the coins in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You would invest in AI?
NVIDIA. I mean, that's a common one.
Yeah. I have one share of NVIDIA, and we're like, ooh.
One share!
I've earned $40 since I bought it.
They definitely have a super boom potential. Just the way AI is moving right now. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
They're going to provide the cards that do the things.
They're already so big, though. It's just like, how much bigger can they get? Aren't they like $4 trillion company at this point? It's nuts.
They're monsters.
Look at how many more trillions they can get.
I know. Like the stock is
a whole nother level they can get.
Yeah, it's like 180 a share now, and that's after they whatever they do, like divided it. They had to pretty much divide it by 10 to get like 10 times the amount of stocks out there, because it was like 600, 700 something, and then they're like, I don't know. I mean, whatever Wall Street does, and then it was like $60, $70. Now it's up to 180
only plus
again.
30. They started the year at 138. So
they dived
47.
There was like a big dive of a lot of tech stocks.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show.
It went down to like 107 at one point, but now it's back up.
Is that when you bought?
I bought it.
Is that when you bought?
No, I bought it 140, and then it dipped down. I was like, shit, of course. But now it's up.
Got to 90 for a second after you bought it. Gross. I would have a tummy ache.
Well, that's why I only did one share. So it's not.
My best investment goal was when I bought like 100 shares of Blizzard before they were bought by Activision. So I had 100 Activision Blizzard stocks, and they did pretty well.
And brag about that.
And I stayed pretty strong for that for a while. And I heard news that Microsoft was going to buy Blizzard, and they were going to buy all the stocks out at $98 a share, which was plus 30 from where I bought it. So, TLDR, I made $3,000 on Blizzard stock.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have time for... Yeah. I TLDR'd it, though. Like, I yada it. That's what that is. I yada it.
Okay. All right, one more question.
Maybe two.
Ooh. But this is kind of ties into the other one. So, what's a movie line or quote you find yourself using often?
Nah, do another one.
But yeah, we kind of already did that question. So, we're going to do another one. All
There's no try. There's only do.
Oh, this is kind of fun. Who or what do you turn to first after getting good news?
I would go with my significant other, to be honest.
Good answer.
If she watches this, kudos.
There you
go. It's totally you, honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because, I'll touch base with a little bit of everyone in my circle, but she's definitely the first one. Like, she's been with me for the ride, so.
Nice.
I mean, that's the reason, right?
Yeah.
You find a person that you like more than yourself. Hopefully.
Is there something that you and your significant other love to do together, John?
You know what? The most common thing we found grounding is maybe shows. I feel like we have so much differences that we find a lot of common grounds and different things that we're both into.
I like that.
Not to shed too much light on myself, but like even with sports, she was never big into sports. She wasn't big into anime, which, I partake in a little bit of everything, honestly. So she jumps into my world, even with gaming here and there.
Okay.
We play some Diablo.
Diablo.
Back in the day. So
play now. Yeah. Play now.
Yeah, John and I can talk your ear off.
I power leveled a stranger last night. I like Diablo so much.
That's amazing.
I had somebody say, help, SOS, and I was like, what would you need help with? I was like, can you level me? I'm like,
that's funny.
For a second, you're being cute.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Pete and I have a Diablo problem.
We do.
FYI.
But no, that reminds me a little bit of my wife Steph too, because like we have a lot of different things that we're into. So like we even take certain nights where we just do our own thing. Like that's been we've like blocked that in so that we each can do our own like hobbies and stuff. But one of the things we do find common ground in a lot is TV shows, like really good ones. So when we get together for a night, we'll look forward a ton to like, oh, what's the big show that we're on? Like we're watching The Bear right now and having a ton of fun with that one.
I just love The Bear.
Super good.
I started that one recently too. I'm probably like an episode or two in. We've been slow posting that one.
Oh man, it's really good.
That show is so good.
It just.
Oh, I forgot to actually mention this.
Quite possibly the best show on television, to be honest.
Yeah, like and also like I've cooked in kitchens. Like I was a sous chef out of nowhere, way unprepared for that. Like way under level, just like the characters in The Bear kind of are in some cases, where it's like you're expected to like work for this incredible chef, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So that was kind of my life in Maine for a summer, and all the stress of those like dinner rushes and just the drama in the kitchen and like things going wrong. Something went wrong every night. Guaranteed, right? Something would happen where you're like, this night's never going to end. So the show, The Bear, is like exactly like, oh man, every episode I'm like, I
think what's so interesting about, and you are definitely right. The people that talk about that show who have worked in the kitchen can't watch it with a straight face because it gives them PTSD.
It does a little bit.
But like the difference between, I mean, everybody cooks, right? You cook in your kitchen, everybody cooks.
Even just as a pantry cooking bellinis for a summer, I did that, and like that was stressful as hell. Like the
difference between cooking and then cooking at a high level. And then cooking at a high level is a lot. I mean, cooking at a high level is a lot. And there's skills of cooking at a high level that you don't even realize when you're cooking at like a lower medium level. You're like, insane. How do you cut onions differently? Right? But they do.
They do.
They do.
But I mean, that happens at every, like, I mean, Bellini's is like, it's a chain restaurant, but like, there's still things that are super particular. And like, there was we called it the night of 1,000 pizzas.
I mean.
Right? Where it's just, for some reason, everybody in the greater,
Bellini's is more of a franchise restaurant. There's 3 of them, and they're owned all by the same person.
Yeah, okay, not a chain. It's a franchise.
It's not like Olive Garden.
Okay, no.
That's a good restaurant.
Right. But, like, there was a night of 1,000 pizzas where everybody in the area just that night decided to order a pizza takeout from Bellini's with a brick oven, and we're like, shit. So it was like, we're just absolutely slammed. I've never seen a manager so out of his mind with his head cut off, like ready to.
By the way,
he ran back there and grabbed the pizza peel and started. We're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, get out of here!"
I think, Pete, and this is really important news.
Yeah.
I think that I might have knocked Paisans off the pizza title for the area.
Ooh, all right, that's big.
We went to Roma.
Really?
I mean, I guess I had it local. Like, I had it in the pizzeria, which was different than getting it delivered. But like, went to Roma. It was so fucking good.
Okay.
So good. Cool. Roma in Guilderland. And so actually, Dave Portnoy is spending the summer in Saratoga because he has a gambling problem. Hey, Dave. and like, he bought a Horus, but like, he's doing his pizza challenge in upstate New York. And so like, he's been reviewing a lot of upstate New York pizzerias. And I fell down the pizzeria rabbit hole when I realized that. So I was like, hey, Mel.
Okay.
There's a 8.1 like 15 minutes away. It was like a Friday. I'm like, I think I want to go for pizza. So the rest is history.
No, I want pizza. That sounds good.
Quick side question.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Golden Grain?
I have had Golden Grain. Golden Grain is the shit.
Golden Grain. What is that?
Thank you. Okay.
It's right by you.
It is?
Kind of in. Yeah, I think it's in Latham.
What is it?
In Latham?
They have a few now. So yeah, it's a
pizzeria.
Well, I think they've evolved because I started. I used to eat way back, like 2014.
Here we go. I got their website.
I used to go there pretty much
stream.
every day for lunch. And last time I seen them, they had a big chain restaurant. So looked like they upgraded recently. So kudos to them also.
Dude, that's free advertising for Golden Grain. Yeah, see, we gave you 5 seconds.
You're welcome.
5 seconds on our live stream. You could have
Don't
more.
have to pay us.
Sponsor.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
No, but you could be our sponsor.
But you could be.
Right, that was a tease. I got to check that place out, though. That sounds good.
Yeah, I may know the owner.
Pete, I've had Golden Grain at your house, so they definitely deliver to your house because I've had it at your house.
Okay, so we must have had it then. I don't remember. Yeah, okay. We're gonna.
I don't think you were. I think it was one of those times where I was at your house and you weren't when I was watching your child.
Oh, okay, well that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Are we ready to
do the thing?
Now we hand things off to Pete.
Okay.
Nope, we don't.
And now we hand things off to Pete for his returning segment.
Bonus topic. Sorry, I have a reverb buttons and I have to use it. All right, guys.
You're required to use the reverb button.
Yes. So I might actually shift some of these over. Well, all right. Now, if we're a little bit afraid on websites, I'll just talk about it. So, guys, the Bills finally came to an agreement with their budding star running back James Cook. They signed a contract just the other day.
I think at this point he's a star.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely one of the top backs in the league last year.
2,000-yard seasons in a row.
16 touchdowns last year. And
16 touchdowns.
So here's the interesting part.
He's kind of the man.
His 16 touchdowns in the season was one of the top, I think tied for the most in the NFL this year by a non-quarterback. And then his 4 touchdowns from 40 yards out or further has only been, I think it was like the most, tied for the most since like 2010. Like it's been a while. So yeah, kudos to the Bills getting it done. Yeah, he wasn't cheap, but here's the interesting part about it, and this is what we talked about. I was talking with my cousin Adam actually, who found out some stuff. We were talking about usage, right, for running backs. So Cook is turning 26. This is a 4-year deal instead of a 3-year. So here's the interesting part. He hasn't gotten a lot of touches. So James Cook, right, through college and NFL total, has 763 carries of the football, right? He's not on the field for a lot of snaps. So running back Ashton Genty, who is everybody's big pick, like one of the biggest backs coming into the league this year. He's a rookie. He has not played a down in the NFL. He has 750 carries. Okay. Cook is going into his 4th season. So their usage
and
through
you're
college
counting
is pretty
Cook's
much
college
equal.
carry?
Yes, that is counting Cook's college carries. He is very lightly used. And on the Bills, he's by design, he only does about 50% of snaps, and they make the rest count, or like they make those 50% of snaps count. I have a feeling his 4-year deal may still have him well in his prime at the end of it through 2029, whereas most other running backs would be like, no more tread on the tires, dude. So here's the interesting part.
Unless you're Derrick Henry.
Unless you're Derrick Henry, right? I mean, there are some like freaking superheroes out there that are just ridiculous.
Unless you're Derrick Henry.
And defy all logic and physics, like Derrick Henry. But
physics.
I mean, the dude is nuts. Okay, Cook is not Derrick Henry, but he's still very good, and I think it was a good deal. So we compared this now. We were talking about wear and tear to Bills running back Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas. So the analytics say basically after 1,500 touches total in your college and NFL career combined, that's when you fall off a cliff. And it happened for Thurman Thomas during his 1992 NFL season. And the interesting part is, so I have the numbers here from Adam. Thank you to my cousin Adam for digging this up here. So Thomas had 1,376 running carries and 247 catches through the 92 season. So that put him over 1,500 going into 93. Interestingly, this coincides with an interview that Thurman Thomas had on the local Buffalo station where he admitted that the 1992 season was the last year that he felt like his prime self. He said when he started in 1993, he knew he kind of got a carry and his legs didn't work the right way. And he goes, uh-oh. So he literally had an oh shit moment during that season where he's like, I'm not the same anymore. Now, the numbers would not imply that because he had very good numbers in 93, but it was mostly due to high volume, not to the burst and the insane production. So it kind of all matches up. And that's a real life example where the player admitted what the analytics say too. What I like about Cook, though, is that on the trend that he's on right now, he wouldn't even hit that 1,500 touches at the end of the 2029 season. And he's still 25. So I like this deal for that reason. That was kind of our analysis of it.
I think we said it all year last year when we were talking about James Cook and the Bills. The Bills are better when they run, but the Bills are not a running team. And so, like...
they are now.
I think they're not really a running team or a passing team. They're just a pretty damn good offense.
Yeah, and actually...
Right. But I mean...
Yeah, John, you and I talked about that too. When that's
the difference between a team like the Bills and a team like the Ravens. The Ravens run, right? But
Ravens are definitely more run heavy, but yet they have better receivers than the Bills.
Right? Yes, that is true. But like,
so frustrating.
It makes it hard to play an offense when they can do more than one thing. Mm-hmm. John, do you have any insight on that?
So, really, he's at age 25. They give him a 4-year contract. So they're taking him right towards the running back prime, like end of prime, depending on how special the running back is.
Right.
You have some running backs that might push production through 32, and some kind of fall off the cliff at 28. I mean, some before, just depending how much usage, like you were saying.
Sure.
To be honest, analytically,
like Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he definitely fell off a cliff at 28.
Great example.
Like Dalvin Cook,
that is right.
His brother.
No, there's been a ton of running backs that's kind of just fell off the cliff after 3 good years. Again, I mean, there's a long list. But just to continue kind of, I'm not a fan of...
Jonathan Taylor, sorry.
The touches. Yeah, that too, yeah. The touches stats.
Jonathan Taylor.
So you have a different take on it, okay.
Yeah, like as far as like how quickly a running back kind of falls off, basically. Because I feel like I don't know who else has played sports. I played through high school, a little bit of college.
Track and field, running.
Practice outnumbers game time. Like the amount of usage you get in practice, the weight of
John, were you on the defensive line? I forget.
So Yeah, so in high school I played tight end and defensive end, and then college I started tight end, tore my other rotator cuff, went to defensive end, and then got redshirted because injuries.
Because you tore your rotator cuff.
Because both of those were, well, one was actually torn in high school, and I just played through it, not realizing would get stingers and just play through it. This is actually. Not to go into about myself too much. This is like
we want that. That's interesting.
Tell us.
So 2008. So I didn't actually officially start playing football. So about my sophomore, junior year. I was a big basketball guy up until that point. I just embraced it. Team embraced me. Switched to tight end. We made it to state championships. This is Lansingburg High in Troy, New York.
Yep.
So we played in like the Carrier Dome in Syracuse.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm pushing almost 20 years back to memory, but we did great. We lost in the title game against this institute who I just remember the guys going up against on defense. He was a stud. You run into a few of those guys at the higher level, and then so after that, I just kind of made a decision to go out to Massachusetts and play at American International. But there, kind of after I went through summer camp. And then the trainer seeing me, and high school and college, trainers are like completely different.
I'm sure it's a huge step up. Yeah.
High school, they're like, take your fingers together, you'll be fine. They want to inspect it a little bit.
Dude, our physical trainer in high school, we called him Mr. Ice It and Stretch It because that was all he ever said. Anytime, didn't matter what the injury was. It was like, dude, I broke my leg. Ice it and stretch it. Get back. I'm like, what?
I have a concussion. Ice and stretch.
Yeah, exactly.
So just to continue on.
Okay.
Yeah, by the time I hit the trainer seeing me, they were just like, okay, what's happening? And I let them know what's happening. They're like, okay, you can rehab it, or you could go get surgery. I was just like, I never did surgery in my life. I'm like, I'm 17 still, and during my first year, and
that's a daunting decision to make. Then,
yeah, right. It's not. I didn't have enough education to know the right decision at that time. So, I just sat out because they said it would be fine in a year. Never got fine.
That sucks.
It took about 10 years for it to stop. Kind of doing a click, but now it's totally fine. But now that was the college experience. I didn't go beyond my sophomore year of playing ball. I just made the decision to stop. I had some life stuff happen, and injuries. It was just a tough time. So
that's what happens, man.
So
yeah.
To tie this all together, so you're saying, right, practice reps were way higher volume than the actual game. Is the intensity the same, though? Because I know, for instance, in NFL training camps, right, you're not always tackling to the ground. You're not even in pads every practice. Does that change during the season?
It's funny because the running back, Thurman Thompson, right?
Thurman Thomas.
Thurman
Thomas, yeah.
So, he definitely played in a time where practices were brutal.
They were, very brutal,
and games were brutal.
That was when Lawrence Taylor played, and that man was evil.
That guy was, I would be scared shitless against him.
They were out to prove themselves. I don't think they were in the interest of protecting each other as much as now, where blindside hits in practice was the norm.
I will say Thurman was incredible. This is why he played from 88 to 90, through 2000 as a running back. He was very good at eluding contact. That was his thing. So, and some of the greats, they did do that. Like LaShawn McCoy is another example of that, where he never really got hit hard. He knew when to go down.
And that's key.
Even at the end, Shady was good.
Yeah.
So, Pete, this is great, but you are over time. So,
all right,
final thoughts?
I'm just glad we got to talk about it. No, and I like John's input, though. It's like, yes, there is more usage in practice. Hell, I played 1 year of Pee Wee football when I was 10, and practice was brutal. I do remember even at that super low level, right?
Probably a little different level, Pete. But good job.
No, I'm saying like I can't even imagine how much it ratchets up from there. Like that was already intense as a kid.
One last thought. Now in today's game is more training skill base wise, more so than how hard you can hit the other person with everything. So I feel like running back usage will increase with less volume and just as their bodies should be better conditioned. There's more sports science involved now also. So
unless you're Derrick Henry.
Well, then there's just just unleash Derrick Henry, unleash the Kraken, right?
That's a good.
We'd like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Chill Pill Fridge Magnets, magnetic timers that remind you to relax. Chill Pill, stick calm anywhere.
I like it.
All right, everyone, shall we kick off this shindig?
Anywhere with metal. Yes.
So I did songs from 2001.
Ooh.
I'm falling even more in love with you, letting go of all I've held on to. I'm standing here until you make me move. I'm talking about First Topic here with you.
That's beautiful, Mark.
Nice.
I sound so nasally.
It's okay.
You sound really good, man.
So we're 3 weeks away from the first regular season games, and now we've seen everyone's team in action, albeit just a single preseason game for most. Now, we did see some highlights, including Shadur Sanders showing why Mel Kiper Jr. had him as first-round talent, Kansas City possibly returning to former glory with a revamped offensive line, Matthew Stafford suffering from old man disease, and the Patriots putting up 48 points against the Commanders. Don't worry, New York Giants fans. We will talk about that team in a later segment. So, everyone, what do we want to overreact to from the first NFL preseason games?
The preseason.
Cam Little's 70-yard kick.
Yeah, that was
70 yards.
That was pretty nuts.
70 yards in Jacksonville, not in Denver.
But
in Jacksonville.
He did allude in an interview with, I think it was Pat McAfee, as to why that might have been possible.
Explain it to us, Pete.
Okay. So this is the first year that they are allowed, apparently, to prep the kicking balls more than 3 hours in advance of a game. So they actually have a full day to break in, like whatever they do, they like beat the hell out of these footballs to make them more pliable, soft, make the leather more bendy.
So that's a difference of like 7
yards. They rub
yards.
like the whatever, like the oils or tar or something on the ball, so like that's why they look darker. But kicking balls were never allowed to do that.
It's a different ball. It's a different ball. That's one thing I never quite understood. Why the field goal kickers get a different ball than with the regular part of the game.
It is a standard.
Never quite understood that.
As far as I know, it is a standard ball. It's just it's not broken in. It's like you and I would buy it at Dick's Sporting Goods or something and be like, okay, now you got to kick this thing 70 yards.
And it looks different because of some oil that you just said.
Yeah, so there's a whole like multi-day process for prepping like the regular offense and defense footballs. That they're like beating the hell out of it. They're like doing all these things to make the leather softer, pliable. They put like some different substances on it that weathers and makes the leather more malleable. Like it just makes it way more nice to use. So,
incredibly fascinating, but there's a lot more than kickers we have to talk about.
Okay,
I want to gush about the Patriots. The Patriots scored 48 points. I don't even think they scored 48 points in 2 games span last year.
Mark, I was going to give you a layup. Does Trayvon Henderson make a case for RB1?
Some people are saying he is RB1.
I mean, if anyone's gonna,
he's old.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna start year one as a starter,
on the ESPN fantasy split, they actually have Henderson getting more touches than Ramondre by like a small percentage and whatnot. But 48 points. I mean, I realize it's just a preseason game, but 48 points is still a lot to score. And the
so
opening
is 34.
Kickoff, he returns the opening kickoff.
Yeah,
he did. That was
great.
Impressive.
He looked very impressive, and he was a 3rd round pick.
Are we
in a very deep
overreacting about how bad
class.
Cam Ward was?
I don't think he was that bad. I really don't. He
wasn't good.
Series.
I mean,
I can count 1 rookie quarterback or 2 rookie quarterbacks that were better than him. Sorry.
They also had
what were you
saying, John?
What were you gonna say, John?
No, I was just gonna say it's difficult to truly evaluate a quarterback for who they are currently on like first game with a mix of starters and non-starters, and
listen, bro,
No
we
game
all
plan
realize
either.
that the preseason isn't really the preseason is a
we
place
can overreact a little bit.
for the rookies to get full speed.
It is fun to get
full
excited
speed
though, about
reps.
players.
It is.
And actually,
Yeah.
I saw a video today that Ben Johnson and the Bears are so frustrated with Caleb Williams' progress that they're doing half-speed practice.
Oh.
Again,
It's a total new offensive scheme for him too, though.
Mhm.
I said this last week. I don't believe a goddamn thing that comes out of anyone's mouth until I see it on the field in the preseason.
Oh yeah.
Don't believe a goddamn thing.
So the Patriots are going to win how many games?
I picked them to pick like 11 games. They have a very easy schedule.
11
They're gonna
feels
win
high to me,
11
but
games,
I feel like they could win 9. I give them the 9.
They're going to win 11.
I could see them doing a winning season.
Bro.
They have a very
11,
easy schedule.
11
I
and
don't know.
11.
John, how'd
and
your
6
Niners do in the first game?
We did less than mid.
Less
as
than
you
mid.
said. Yeah.
Well, most of your starters,
we-
I'm guessing, didn't play, right?
Yeah. So
We're going to talk about that situation in a later
game.
question too.
No, we struggled. And it's really just the depth. That's really what we're showcasing is depth. And it
Your team's
clearly
on
shows.
fire. It's on fire.
Mhm.
How
It's unfortunate, honestly.
How is the
Because they were
receiver core
really good 2 seasons ago.
right? How does the receiver core look
So-
now missing Debo?
And Ayuk to week 7.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't-
read that
you
too.
know, I got a little bobblehead for Debo, so I'm
Aw.
always attached to Debo. But
I like him as a
honestly,
player.
Debo's wide receiver is not. He's never been quite, wide receiver 1, 2. He's been more so just athlete number
Yeah.
1. Even
Right.
like his super production year, he was just all
Gadget
over.
guy.
Yep,
Yeah,
he's an
like-
anomaly player. Yeah,
And the way Shanahan has the offense, I mean, we're going to get production. We're going to find production. Ayuk's out for a few weeks. Juwan Jennings, we could skip him for now, but Ricky Pearsall, I feel like once he comes into his own, he's a little bit
And
more
maybe
shift.
McCaffrey has replaced all his joints through
yeah.
art and science.
They can rebuild him.
So I feel like
Did
that's
they
what they're
rebuild
betting
him?
on too.
I don't know.
Speaking of
betting
a
on
lot of touches,
I
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
that man
I
has
said
got a
it
lot
that
of
whole
touches in
year.
college and pros.
What was it? 2 years ago when we made our run to the Super Bowl, I used to say, I don't know why Shanahan is letting this dude take 80 to 90% of running back touches. Because we've always been a running back by committee team. We've always been 3 deep at running back and utilized. I understand he's McCaffrey. But now what happens last year is just like, what were we doing? Kind of
Right.
thing. So,
He's not that young,
apparently
spry,
something
like
now.
rookie deal anymore, right? You can't just overuse him like that.
correct. And then we paid him big extra bonus money.
Oh yeah, they paid a big contract back then.
Yeah, like he
Now not
already
so
had
much.
a big contract, but then we went back and doubled down
Yeah, you doubled down.
after his good year. He wasn't even due for an extension. Not mad about compensating production, and then he just gets injured, and then we are where we are now.
I feel bad too because like he looked good against the Bills in the snow game because being AFC, I don't see the Niners all that much outside of the playoffs and primetime games. But that was one against the Bills, and McCaffrey came back in one of the first times he had come back after like the whole scare with was it both calves or was it Achilles that he was dealing with?
Achilles, yeah.
So he came back into that game,
calf.
looked good, but it was fucking freezing and really snowy and cold. Joints were tight. I was like, I just got a little nervous, and sure enough, he had a good run. He extended for like a really good first down, but the way he went down and the way he got hit, it was just that awkward like overstretching, and that was it. I think that he was pretty much done for the season after that.
And then I think he sat out right after that. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. McCaffrey, if he comes back at least 80% and we don't overwork him, I'll take that. Just
You're gonna
That's
overwork
still
let the
pretty
man
good,
breathe
yeah.
a little. Shanahan's gonna overwork him. You're right.
All right, before we run out of time,
No,
I
but
want
we are at time.
I still want to get into Shadur.
Okay,
do you
yes,
think
yes.
Cleveland kind of did him dirty by after having a pretty good first preseason?
I thought the
game?
preseason didn't matter,
They
Mark.
kept him at the well. It matters a little bit. No. I said it matters until I see him on the field. Or it doesn't matter until I see
He
him.
did okay. I watched his highlights. I wasn't.
He did pretty good, and they kept him at fourth string.
I wasn't blown away, but he looked
hurt,
competent.
I think, and we're gonna talk about it some more, but I think that the biggest mistake you can do to a rookie quarterback whose name isn't Josh Allen is put him in the fire too fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Love sat for
Jordan.
They threw Jaden Daniels in there, and he did
3
just fine.
years. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is special. I mean, I don't think that
sometimes
I don't think Shedeur Sanders isn't as special as Jaden.
Unfortunately, the NFL needs special quarterbacks.
Yeah, after that game, didn't he deserve to at least move up over Dylan Gabriel?
No. Probably.
I honestly don't know what I think about that fourth seed. I don't know.
All right, go ahead, John.
So, my viewpoint on Shedeur is he was well underdrafted for one. He should have definitely been a first round pick. Somewhere there was a team that needed a quarterback, and he was available.
I was going to say high second.
Nevertheless, he's now a fourth round pick.
Steelers.
Yeah. Right.
So the reason I say he
drafted a quarterback before him.
And he doesn't move up the depth chart. I only say because he was a fourth round pick, and he has to prove more. We can't just say, well, he was Shedeur, he should have been higher pick, and he had a good game. Let's start him now. I mean, that's the easy route.
No. I'm not saying you start him, but it's just I felt like he looked like he could be an NFL quarterback after that preseason game.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Dylan Gabriel?
I don't know.
They also see him with the ones a lot in practice. So they have some kind of they drafted him before Shedeur. They have some commitment to him.
I don't really trust anything that the Browns organization does. I mean, they fucking paid what's his face a fully guaranteed contract, and then in order to fix that, why don't we have 5 quarterbacks in the room? One of them should probably work out.
I mean, I don't think they want to win. Why would they want to win this year?
I don't know.
I mean, they could go down the chase Archie Manning path, but I don't know if Archie.
I mean, I don't think they're going to chase Arch.
Yeah.
I honestly think, though, that they are not looking to win this year because they're all in with 100-year-old Joe Flacco.
If they're not looking to win this year, then they're going to next year and they want a quarterback next year.
Yeah, if
they're all in on Flacco, they're looking to lose.
Yeah,
there's no way around
true.
that.
It just baffles me that Myles Garrett
Joe Flacco's not gonna make you lose. Joe Flacco is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He will make you average.
Yes, and that's the worst place to be.
Right, that makes it really hard to draft a quarterback next year. And
anyway, we're way out of time.
Yeah, sorry.
And this is only question 1, so shut up.
This is going to be a long episode.
Fun question. That's all right.
We were short last week, so it's all good.
I have a really high, well, normally high in my register, but because I'm sick, this might sound really weird. All right. A honey came in, she called me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How could I forget that I had given her an extra key? All this time, the next topic's there. She never took her eyes off me. Pete, you messed me up.
Sorry. I love that.
Like,
that was 90. That was
like
90% the original lyrics, and you just snuck in next topic somewhere in there.
Honestly, that was probably one of my favorite quotes.
Yes,
going back to your first question. Yes, so thanks.
There you go. Huh.
All right, guys, we're going to keep it on preseason overreactions, and we're going to talk about the New York Football Giants. So this week marked the beginning of the NFL preseason, and while there is a lot of news out of the weekend, the New York Giants managed to beat a team of mostly, but not entirely, second and third string Buffalo Bills, 34-25. Sorry, Pete.
Okay.
And give Giants fans something dangerous. This is what this did. It gave us hope.
Mm-hmm.
So while I realize it's only the preseason, all 4 Giants quarterbacks had QB ratings over 100. The Giants, get this, didn't turn the ball over at all. They scored 34, which is the most they have in a preseason game since 2017. And the real news is there's actual tape of first-round pick, in the first 5, Abdul Carter beating Pro Bowl hometown favorite. Talked about last week, Dion Dawkins. I need to stop drinking with hard names like that. Multiple times in one-on-one coverage. So I clearly realize that a first-string Bills team still probably beats this new Giants squad. However, what should be the takeaway from this game for the Giants and their fans? And do we agree with their treatment of Jackson Dart's career and course to this point?
Well, I will say
Abdul Carter looked good.
he did.
Abdul Carter looked real fucking
He
good.
looked like the fucking man.
In Deion Dawkins' defense, though, he spent a lot of time doing a ton of Tokyo drifting in a car for Hard Knocks to film.
Yes.
So he may not have been as prepared for this game.
That's a callback to last episode.
There you go.
So this past week,
that's legit
the
good.
Giants
Though, like, player versus player is that can be some realness to that from preseason. I think.
John, did you look at did you see any highlights of Abdul Carter or watch the game at all? Because I'm curious what your take is on how he played.
I watched all the highlights of Abdul Carter.
Not you, John. Other John.
Oh,
I only seen
the one that actually played
the highlights. I only seen the highlights, and he looks like a player who you're happy you didn't trade down in the draft.
Yes.
Because the threat to trade down is always there when they're top talent. He looks like one. So guys, whoever's a Giants fan did good.
The Giants and the Jets did co-practice this week, and so they did a lot of scrimmaging this week. Which is interesting that Justin Fields and Jackson Dart were standing next to each other, and they got a lot of 6'7" jokes, which I thought was funny. However, all of the Jets said how scary Abdul Carter is. Scary. And I think watching him this past weekend, hearing that, watching him in preseason, I really think he's going to be a difference maker.
I mean, we talked about the Giants' defensive line, even without him, is already is pretty formidable. So adding him,
Dexy.
Yeah, that's like the linchpin, man. It's like the icing on the cake.
Brian Burns has been one of the best linebackers in football for his entire career. Kayvon Thibodeau is another scary, scary man. I heard a rumor this week that the Bills were going to trade for him, but I think that's fake news.
Yeah, probably. Bills have no money.
I mean, you would like Kayvon Thibodeau because what's his face? Joey Bosa is going to get hurt week 1.
Shh. Don't.
Isn't he still hurt?
No, Bosa's completely healthy.
I appreciate the show and the invite. You don't jinx Bosa like that.
No, don't. That's what I'm saying.
No, Joey Bosa.
Not Nick Bosa. Not Nick Bosa. Joey Bosa.
Nick is saying.
I got Nick Bosa on my dynasty team.
Yeah.
The broken brother, John. The broken brother.
Okay.
The other Bosa.
Thank God.
The bad one.
Hey, he's not bad.
We're not talking about the better Bosa. We're talking about the bad Bosa.
Yeah, I dropped him from my dynasty team. He's bad. He's injured always.
He is
always.
Knock on wood.
Every season.
Knock on wood. He has been
always.
Full go practice, 100% participation for weeks now.
He's healthy again.
He is very healthy right now.
Until he's not.
I have a funny story for you. He was a free agent pickup for me in our dynasty league last year. He got me 2 sacks in 1 week. As soon as he did, I dropped him. And you know what happened? He got hurt. So you got him for the one good week.
You're welcome, by the way, because I dropped him before that because he's
Yes, thank you for dropping him.
He's made a fucking glass.
He's not on the Bills to start, is he? He's just a rotational third down rusher.
Yeah, they're always rotational on the Bills, like that, right? That's the reason they drafted 8,000 defensive linemen. No, Von's gone.
He's on the
Commanders now, yeah.
Yeah, he's also a scumbag.
Yeah, Von. A lot of allegations that don't all add up. There's just a lot of questions there. But Bosa I think is right. Bosa is like put him in bubble wraps of the playoffs when it's third down and long, and you need like that one time.
I don't know what's really.
John hasn't spooned over Jackson Dart yet, so let him do that.
Okay, all right.
I mean, listen. I think that he looked great. He obviously was the one that they gave the most work to. Threw a long touchdown, got a lot of completions, didn't turn the ball over, making good decisions, which was a problem with him. He has a great arm. I mean, you can't deny Jackson Dart's throwing power.
He looks the part so far.
A little bit of scrambling in him.
Yeah, a little scrambling.
Which you need these days, yeah.
There is no way Russ. We have been talking about this
huge.
since he got drafted. There's no way Russ doesn't start. But does Russ finish his season?
No. And what?
I don't think he does.
Can I put a linear question here?
Sure.
So, if we're comparing the Giants and the Browns, right, as far as like their QB rooms, right? So,
That's different.
Two of the worst QB rooms right now, as far as on
No,
paper.
Really?
No, the Browns one is much worse.
Maybe if you're just including QB 1 and 2.
But I've always been a Jameis Winston fan. I like him.
So it's how you value Dart. If you think he's better than Shador, really,
Yes,
it's those two. On paper, he's better because he's a first round pick compared to a fourth round pick.
Yeah,
but we know that's not actually accurate.
I'm a Jameis Winston fan. Even when he threw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks, I'm like, at least he takes his shot. If he goes in, your wide receiver
Leak's gonna get 2,000 yards next season.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Dude, Jameis Winston
I've said it on the show. Like, if Jameis Winston is quarterback, he's gonna throw to Malik Neighbors like 40 times a game.
Dude, Jameis Winston is the next Ryan Fitzpatrick, where he's just like, you know what? I don't have all the talent, but fuck it. I'm just going to throw it up there and get the big numbers, and who cares? I'm going to turn them all over and have bad days, but who cares?
Like, if you got a number one receiver and it's a 50-50, you throw it every time.
Absolutely.
You got it.
Right?
You got to just throw it.
Winston is like Brett Favre without the arm. That was just like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was the same way. He's like, I'm going to say something. You can't but sometimes it works.
The Giants have an underrated wide receiver room because Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton, and Wan'Dale Robinson are the real deal. They are. The problem is the quarterbacks have been very bad. Very bad, and we are just starting to lift our head out of that. But Jalen Hyatt, he runs a 4.2 40. Jalen Hyatt is a fast fucking dude.
Very fast.
He's very fast.
To be a good wide receiver.
And you got Wan'Dale.
Wan'Dale has great hands. Wan'Dale, and he love great hands. Darius Slayton is a 2. He is a 2 anywhere, I think. So I mean, if Russ works out for at least a little bit, we'll see that because Russ is the pro. And give Jackson, I don't know, week 6. I'd like to see it.
Yeah,
you moving it up to 6?
Wow.
Because I have him at 10.
What do you think, John? How long for Russell? How long for Winston? And then how long before they put Dart in there?
I don't think they do that
honestly,
transition.
I hope they don't put Dart in. I feel like just let him sit and don't throw him into.
Okay.
Who knows what this O-line is going to be for the Giants this year?
Bad.
So
it's going to be bad.
That could be a problem.
Don't mess them up.
Yeah.
You don't
That's why Russ is going to do well.
The Jets used to do the same thing. Like, you draft a quarterback, Darnold to the other dude, I can't remember his name, from BYU.
Zach Wilson.
And they ruined them both.
Zach Wilson,
with bad offensive line.
Oh, no, they didn't ruin Zach Wilson. They just unveiled the true Zach Wilson.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't a good quarterback.
So
Justin Fields is going to run for his life. But he's fast enough to do it.
Well, the Jets they've kind of revamped their offensive line.
The Jets are a low key under the radar team. I feel like.
Yeah.
If you like Fields, Fields last year played. I'm not gonna say he was a top QB or whatever, but he did what he had to do to win. I think he went 6-1 or something.
Went 4-2.
He always plays with guts and heart, and he's pretty athletic. He can move.
And
he's a little bit
won
injury
at Ohio
prone,
State,
which makes me scared.
John, do you know who he threw to when he won at Ohio State? Because his name is Garrett Wilson on the Jets.
His name rhymes with Garrett Wilson.
His name rhymes with Garrett Wilson.
He had a couple of those guys, but Garrett was definitely.
Garrett's his guy.
Yeah.
And
how that team didn't win a national title, I have no idea.
All right, we're at time. That was good.
I like it.
If you want to go and take a ride with me with 3 wheeling in the foe with the gold to ease, oh, why do I live this way? Hey! Must be next topic!
That's a good one.
I like it.
Oh my god, I'm so congested. All right, so here we are 1 week later, and one of the top NFL stories is still ongoing contract negotiations of superstars who want extensions. Now, suddenly, Cameron Hayward of the Pittsburgh Steelers has stepped in the spotlight after signing a new deal just last year. Now, we'll go over the details. I won't go over the details again from last week's topic for all those players, since I'm sure we all know them by heart by now. So everyone, do we think these contract negotiations will bleed into the regular season for Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, Terry McLaurin, and now Cameron Hayward?
What do you think, John?
No. Owners are at a point, I think, where they're paying the players. Maybe I'm biased because that's happened to me multiple times recently on the Niners. But I mean, Parsons, for example, you don't pay him sooner. The sooner you pay a player, the more money you save. Like there'll be someone right behind them asking for more money. Pay him, get him on the field. Now you have him missing, almost. You don't want to have him missing the preseason. That's where your body starts to get back acclimated outside of just doing,
Excellent point.
getting in
Excellent
shape.
point.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they pay him. I hope they pay him.
Someone else broke it down. Someone in ESPN broke it down. Like, had they paid Dak earlier and had they paid CD earlier, the savings that they would have had would have equated to being able to pay Derrick Henry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they pay Micah, and mainly because Jerry makes bad money decisions and he loves fancy players. I mean, I think they definitely pay Micah. I think Washington needs to pay Terry. The team is different without Terry.
They're
Jaden's
the ones
great.
that are furthest apart out of all of them.
But
Yeah, that's
Jaden's great.
me.
But does Jaden have that season without Terry McLaurin?
Without Terry. No, without Terry.
I don't think he does.
He was a security blanket.
Because
Sure.
you can't really replace a true WR1. You just can't. You can't get another guy who can beat a guy in one-on-one coverage.
It's interesting
To be fair,
see
the
the rise
question
of
was,
McLaurin
does
to
this
that
bleed into the
status
regular
too.
season, though? Like, it's not whether or not these players get re-signed, because I think it's the general consensus by pretty much the whole entire fucking world, except for Jerry Jones, seem to think that all of these players will get signed. But the question was, will these negotiations go into the regular season?
100%.
So, for instance, do
Like Lamar
all of
did
these
last year.
players not play in the first game because they don't have a new contract?
I mean, yeah, that
I hope not. I need Terry to play.
I don't think so. That's
Really?
too risky for the player and the owner at the same time. So, like, for example, the Cam Hayward, they're going to end up paying him. I'm not sure if he's looking for extension or more money within the
He's looking
season.
for more money.
Which, a lot of the older vets seem to do that a lot because they sacrifice a lot. Like, there was a time where they was just taking like pay cuts or deferred money or void years on their contract, and it seems like they're looking to recoup a little bit.
And
I have a problem with Cam Hayward though, because he just signed this last year.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, suck it up.
A lot of these players, except for
Like,
I'd say Micah Parsons because he's still coming off his rookie deal, but like a lot of these players are right. They're at the top of the hill. They're like, we got to secure that last big money deal right now because that could be it, right? You're one major injury from that point from ending, so they want to make sure that they're financially set. I think.
Right.
So
Well, I mean,
that's
from
very-
a fiscal decision, it's smart for Terry to get as much money as he can. Terry McLaurin is never going to be better than he was last season, right?
right. He's on the wrong side of 30 now.
I don't necessarily know if that's a good idea for Micah because Micah's been hurt for a while, and he hasn't really.
I don't think he's really hurt.
He's
He
not
hasn't
really hurt.
really bounced back officially yet, right?
He's the only other player comparative to him in his first 3 seasons is Reggie White as far as consistent sack
I'm not
totals.
talking about how good he was in the beginning of last season. I'm talking about that fact that he hasn't played. He hasn't played since week 8.
No, that's not true. That's not true. He did play the latter half of the year.
He's still got 12 sacks.
Yes, he got a ton of sacks because he's Micah Parsons.
He's insane.
He also really likes his podcast. I mean, like,
So
A lot of it is also recency bias because you
true.
have a lot
That's
of players who gets paid. Nick Bosa got injured his whole second year. He still got paid because he showed the ability that he can still play at a high level. I have no doubts Michael Parsons can still play at a high level. I mean, they're just probably playing the back and forth game.
Yeah. Isn't he only 26
like
himself
Jerry
too?
likes to do. Jerry is terrible.
Micah's 25.
I would hate to work for that
25.
dude. I mean,
Oh no,
Jeez.
the man's a dinosaur. He just needs to just go away.
I mean, like when you think about it, how far are we removed from like what gave Jerry Jones his famous notoriety was trading. Oh, I forget what it was. It was like a 3-team trade that involved Eric Dickerson, I think, and a bunch of first-round picks that traded between 3 different teams, and he masterminded that to build the dynasty.
I don't think that was Eric Dickerson.
90s Cowboys team. Well, it was some huge NFL, maybe Herschel Walker or something. It was like some huge.
Herschel Walker, that's what it was. Herschel Walker.
It was a huge 90s NFL running back that traded multiple teams, and a few other player swaps were involved. But it gave Dallas basically Emmitt Smith. Wow, I can't think of the quarterback now. Hall of Fame.
Troy
Aikman. Yep. And a whole bunch of other pieces, right, that built that 90s Cowboys dynasty. So, but that's over 30 years ago now. He's like, what, 87, 89 years old at this point? Like,
he's 100 trying to buy babies from people.
I believe he's 242, actually.
Okay.
That's the research department says.
Finish. I hit the button.
Okay.
I hit the button.
I do have one song, Mark.
From 2001?
Technically, yes.
Because I have one song that John's not going to like.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, no, you go ahead. Go ahead. If you have it now.
All right. You said 2001. You didn't say necessarily the year 2001. So here you go. Da, da, da. Next topic. Dun, 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 dun. Next topic. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. 2001, A Space Odyssey.
You made me snarf.
It counts.
That was funny. I got one more football question. The San Francisco 49ers continue to find themselves in a bad position. Last year's apparent WR1, Jon Jennings, is not close to in contract negotiations and is yet to practice due to it. Even at 28, last year he finished as one of the top wide receivers in the league with 975 yards and 6 touchdowns. On top of Brandon Ayuk being out till at least week 6 with last season's ACL tear and his new $30 million a year contract, as well as Brock Purdy's huge $265 million deal. They also have to think about Fred Warner and George Kittle. So with the Niners being mostly out of money, what do you think they'll do with Jon Jennings if they don't sign him? And if they don't sign him, who is left for Purdy to throw to? Besides Kittle, obviously.
I like the question. I don't think we don't pay Jennings in any circumstance, especially now with you don't know how Ayuk's returning. Demarcus Robinson we picked up in free agency. He's out.
Demarcus Robinson hasn't fixed a problem for anybody ever.
But he was still slated to potentially start with the absence.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I feel like we're putting out guns on Ricky Pearsall, and then we have a rookie. He was like a 4th-round pick, Jordan Watkins.
Okay.
You might be unfamiliar. Ole Miss kid, like quick 4.4 speed.
Okay.
He's like, as a Niners fan, I pay attention to the training
Jackson really liked him.
And
so he's getting a lot of looks, and then the dependency on McCaffrey for the lack of wide receivers.
If he can play again, I still feel though like Pearsall you mentioned earlier too, and I mean he kind of came into his own a little bit at the end of last year, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean we were stinking playing bad football, but he was
that was a bright
especially
spot.
Especially that last stretch. He was definitely showcasing. I mean, that's coming on. Dude got shot. So
the man got shot. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, right.
The fact that he could do anything last season is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's a hole in me, and I'm playing football right now.
Don't you have to give Kyle
Shanahan to cross the middle at all?
Right. Don't you have to be kind of give Kyle Shanahan the benefit of the doubt too, because he's been able to get the most out of his offense, no matter really who's on the roster.
I mean, you have Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback, and he's been very, very good for a couple of years.
Well, and also, Jon Jennings was drafted in the 7th round in a draft that had Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. Hey, so was Brock Purdy, though. That's what we're saying.
The Niners are definitely a team that we excel in late round draft picks because
you do.
We're looking for scheme players at that point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
We suck at early round picks because we're overdrafting talent.
Right. But if your scheme is
Bosa,
smart enough to get the absolute most out of those like min-max players.
Bosa was a first round pick, wasn't he?
Oh, Jesus. And Justin Jefferson in this 2020 draft?
But we were forced to pick him. If they had a decision to draft Bosa, they might have missed. But really, he fell because they took Kyler Murray, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because they took Kyler.
Arizona did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you were pretty confident that Jennings has to get signed, right?
He's overperformed his contract. He just signed like a 2-year contract last year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his last year of this contract.
Didn't he have that like 6 touchdown game last season or something ridiculous?
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
he went on a mean stretch of like 2-3 games early in the season.
Okay.
He's not quite a number one. He's not a top level 2, but he plays so physical and hard. It just leaks out on the rest of the players. Right. When he gets he's a first down machine. Like I think not last year, the year prior, I think 40 out of like his 50 catches were for first downs or touchdowns.
But like you said,
when it counts, we look for him. Yeah.
To be that number 1 or 2 wide receiver, you need to be so well rounded and be good at pretty much everything. Especially, your prototypical wide receiver 2 is T. Higgins. Like he should be a 1, but he's a 2 because of Jamar Chase. You don't need that if your scheme is so good, like you said, that Shanahan can maximize that one really good thing that player does. So thus, they don't need to be the 1 or 2 in terms of overall talent, but they can perform like a 1 or 2 if they're put in the right situation.
Your team is so interesting because like Kittle can catch, McCaffrey can catch.
Sure.
So you don't necessarily need great. I mean, we joked about the the Niners when Ayuk was up and when Debo was on the team that. Almost anyone could score 4 touchdowns a game on that team. That team was skill player bonanza.
Not enough footballs to go around all that talent at that point.
Right. And I still think it's very good. The problem, I guess, is that it puts a lot of pressure on Purdy, who is a guy who didn't draft high. He is also way overperformed.
He just got paid a first round draft pick, though.
He did get paid big bucks now, and I think that
$265. That's a lot of money.
I think the contract.
He got paid Trevor Lawrence, who was the number 1 overall pick.
Yep, I think the contract now far supersedes his draft status, his draft pedigree.
I agree. He earned that money. Sure. He earned quarterback 1 money for sure.
I'll be honest with you. Football is not a sport like any other, where you can have a really good player on a really bad team, and like for example, Trevor Lawrence. I feel like. If these kind of players were in a better offensive scheme and consistently, because people don't think about Purdy got to stay in the same offensive system since he's been drafted. Literally, never had to worry about an OC changing. Or even if we did switch OC, it's the same scheme because it falls under Shanny. So, we'll see what Purdy does. He got the big paycheck, so... I'm hoping he can elevate. Really, he has to be able to elevate.
Do you think there's more for him to give, or do you think he's pretty much already shown you his ceiling at this point?
As a Niner fan, I want because
okay.
I think Brock is
more, and I hope there's more.
That is $1 million question right there.
I mean, without all the weapons last year, he was a little above, mid quarterback. He was still in the 10 to 15 range, but when he has the talent around him, just like most quarterbacks, they do what they have to do. But he's a really good playmaker, and he's a point guard is the way he plays.
He's got guts, man.
He's got good football intelligence. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, remember when they tried to put him out there when his arm was literally a wet noodle? Like it was completely destroyed, and he still tried to throw a football. He's like, guys, I want to, but the arm doesn't work. Was that NFC Championship game, right? That was I felt so bad for you guys for that because you guys should have been in the Super Bowl that year.
The mind is willing, but the body is fragile and spongy.
That was rough.
He has at least played in a Super Bowl, so I give him that credit. Like Not every quarterback in the NFL gets that
Dude,
experience. So
I'm still waiting.
hopefully,
I'm still waiting over here. You guys at least got to do it.
yeah,
Maybe
twice in
someday.
like the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And time. That's womp womp womp
womp,
womp.
So here's another fake sponsor, Pocket Parrot, a keychain parrot that repeats your best one-liners. Pocket Parrot, take your comedy on the go.
John, Mark is very smart, but he makes AI write those, and it's really great.
Yeah, it makes it more fun.
Nothing wrong with trusting AI, right?
They're so fun.
Yeah, I mean, for a fake sponsor, sure.
Never meant to make your partner cry. I apologize 1,000,000,000 times. It's just his next topic. Ooh, it's for real.
Nice.
It was good.
So it's this isn't a topic that we discuss often on the show, but let's talk a little college gridiron. In the oh geez, what did I just write?
What?
In the latest preseason AP poll. Oh, I'm sorry. In the closest preseason AP poll since 1998, the Texas Longhorns and their heir apparent Arch Manning held a 5-point lead over the Nittany Lions of Penn State. The defending champion.
Arc for Arch.
The defending champion, the Ohio State University, is ranked number 3, with Clemson and Georgia right behind them. Now, as most people have expected, the top Heisman contenders include quarterbacks such as Manning, as well as Garrett Nussmeier from LSU and Cade Klubnik from Clemson. So, everyone, and hopefully people have looked at this, what are our thoughts on the AP poll for the preseason top 25 and the upcoming college football season?
Has Arch Manning started a game yet?
Yes.
How is he?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, how is he a contender for the Heisman if he's barely played?
He didn't start.
His last name is Manning.
I mean, he didn't even start half the season last year because what's his face was still around.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Face? What was his? Oh shit! What was his name?
Yeah.
Yes, Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
That's what I never quite understood. If Arch Manning was so good, then why didn't he overtake Quinn Ewers?
Because he wasn't better than him.
Is he just really young for his age and like his year in college or something, or what?
He's essentially been redshirted. Well, I guess he didn't redshirt last year because he actually played, but this is his 3rd year at Texas.
That is
Quinn
weird.
Ewers, by the way, drafted by the Dolphins in the 7th round.
So we got to remember, Ewers, I cannot get his name right, but over the last couple of years, he's been really solid at quarterback. It's not like he's a no-name quarterback. I mean, he was good enough to get drafted. So it could be a political thing, like in college football. I mean, NIL makes it a little bit more complicated too.
Hell yeah!
But they definitely used to stick to seniors starting over freshmen for the longest time, unless you were completely exceptional. But he's going to get his chance to start, and he's probably going to shine in a good.
He's starting this year.
Yeah,
it is.
Look at Joe Burrow
this year.
Joe Burrow went to freaking 2 different universities, sat behind a whole bunch of talent, and he turns out to be the best quarterback out of every quarterback he sat behind.
Yeah,
including I think some of those Ohio State guys too.
I mean, LSU is probably the best, if not one of the best, college sports programs in the country. Right.
That's that team. If you look at it, that made when they won is still insane.
They put out a lot of NFL players. Although quarterback, with the exception of really Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow,
and Shaq,
Zach Mittenberger.
Yeah.
How about that name?
Yeah, most of their college athletes have been like
and
the skill players
Shaq.
or the defensive players. I mean NFL people.
And Shaq. Oh my god.
You did say overall like athletic.
And Angel Reese and a bunch of other teams.
Right, okay.
I mean, I'm talking NFL, okay?
I'm talking about the sports program in general. I think that we have been talking about this for 2 years. NIL changes college sports. There were 4 number 1s in the Final 4 this year.
Well, it's a little bit more than NIL because most of the top 25 are either in the Big Ten or the SEC.
Right.
Like those are the only 2 really big conferences now. Like because the Pac-10 doesn't exist anymore, or 12, whatever it was. The Big 12 doesn't really exist. The ACC is kind of lingering. It's with Clemson at number 4, but
and with the football career being so short, really legitimately short, these players deserve to get paid. Why shouldn't they get paid? It just takes away competition because the colleges with the most money will have the best teams. Period. Hard stop. They will. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't they? And probably the colleges in the South, like the college,
the highest.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they be good? Alumni. They probably make a lot of money for the college. So
it's definitely one of those things. If you're making someone a lot of money, you should have part of the pie.
I mean, it was one of my favorite sports movies ever is Blue Chips. Remember Blue Chips?
I remember the
Ray
name.
Allen.
Ray Allen. And there was a football one with the guy who cracked the cracked up defensive. I'm going to look it up. The research department is going to look it up. But like
Varsity Blues?
No, well, Varsity Blues was good, but that's not a college one. That's a high school one. But anyway, the story from college football movies is that don't get paid, and that was the thing. People were getting like, donor bonuses and girls and cars, and it was so taboo that they made movies about it. And I mean, the kids should get paid. Colleges are making millions of dollars off of your face for D1 football. Millions of dollars. They're selling your jersey. They're having you sign shit. I mean, you're not even there to go to school because there's no fucking time. So, I agree.
So I actually think the most interesting thing on this poll was USC, who also have a lot of rich alumni, not even close to being in the top 25. And their head coach is Lincoln Riley, who supposedly is the big quarterback whisperer. No thoughts?
No, I mean, they're not like the top of the list, but I guess
they're not even on the list. They're usually at least on the list.
Yeah, I see. Well, they receive votes according to this AP poll that I'm looking at right now.
Haven't received votes. Even Colorado got 1 vote.
Well,
how the Tar Heels going to do with Big Bill?
That's an excellent question. I mean, they're not going to be a title contender. They did not get a vote. Which is interesting.
Why did he go to a bad team?
He wanted to coach.
You just gotta give him a couple years.
He didn't think he was going to get an NFL job.
He's Bill Belichick. He doesn't need years.
You want to hear something to second that? Yeah. When Nick Saban went back to Alabama, they weren't good at all. So maybe it's just a pride thing, building a program.
That's true. That's a good point.
And the money's there. He got paid anyway. So
he got paid. But he also doesn't have to recruit. He has some sweet deal that other coaches are essentially going to recruit for him. But I mean, he's still going to say like, I want this player or that player. But he won't have to go out there and go there.
He probably just treated like NFL scouting at that point. Probably.
Well, I mean, his pitch would probably be, "I'm Bill Belichick." That's all he's got to say.
You remember that guy? What's his name? 12. Brady. Yeah. I touched him.
What's the face?
I was gonna bring
now that all of Colorado has been drafted. Are they going to be good?
I mean, I'm sure they're still recruiting a ton of talent. Maybe not this year, but
I mean, Coach Prime is a big pull, but they also the whole team got drafted.
Yeah, most of the roster was transfers too from other schools.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, somewhere I'm recalling they grabbed one of the top quarterbacks or something like that. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, like the college name.
I followed them so much more last year.
I mean, yeah, Coach Prime's pitch is like, I'm Coach Prime.
Yeah, right. That's all.
When he's got his big shades. Prime time.
Do you guys feel like Texas deserves the number 1 spot because of Arch? Apparently, Arch Mania is in full swing, but I still don't feel like he's done a whole lot yet.
He hasn't done anything.
Back up the hype. I mean,
the name.
The only thing they really have is spring football.
It is. It really is. It has this legendary name.
Yes.
Sure.
Arch Manning threw 5 passes in 2023. He threw 90 passes in 2024. His completion percentage is very good.
I mean, 90
but he
is
only
better.
threw 9. He only threw 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you have those easy high percentage throws, you're not really
games? I don't know.
Taking the risk.
I believe I've seen a few of his games when he actually got a chance to start last year. And I think what surprised me was how much of an athlete he was.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's got 4 rushing touchdowns, too.
Yeah, like he had some wheels.
Because when you hear the last name Manning, you don't think of an athlete.
I don't associate, right. You usually don't think wheels at all.
Gonzalez running.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like
both of his uncles are going to be in the Hall of Fame, so you shut the fuck up.
How big of a deal, though, is it going to be?
We could have a whole episode arguing about Eli being in the Hall of Fame.
If Arch Manning is a bust, how big of a deal is that going to be, you think?
I don't think he'll be a bust. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's a Heisman candidate. He hasn't barely played football yet.
Why is that the thing?
I don't think he's a... I mean, I'm hijacking your topic. That's way more interesting.
He needs
the fact that he's a Heisman candidate.
He needs to throw for like 3,500 plus yards and like 3 dozen touchdowns to warrant that in one season. To go from never really playing to Heisman.
But he's going into his junior year. Like, mentally, that is such a step up from your freshman and sophomore year of college football.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you. When Joe Burrow won the Heisman, and I just looked this up, he threw for 4,700 yards and 48 touchdowns.
Damn.
Okay.
He also had Jamar Chase.
That's a Heisman year.
Yeah, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, didn't he?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Yes, he had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Shut up. Now he has T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
I would love to see
Maybe Joe Burrow's not that good.
I would love to see how Josh Allen would do if he had both Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson on the same fucking team.
Guys, I'm so proud of us for talking college football.
That's like somebody's like fantasy team when they're in a league with a lot of people that don't play fantasy. And they just, right?
Like your wife.
The super team. You're right. She's like, none of these people know what they're doing. By the way, by the way, John, I get like, I've joked in the show now that my wife is now she's come so far. She's just started watching football around 2020 maybe. And now she's in this all-girls fantasy league, and now she is my ESPN ticker. I'll be sitting here, and all of a sudden the door opens. She's like, "Yo, this person just got injured," or like, "This person just got a deal for this much money." I'm like, "How did you find that out so fast?"
Insider news over here.
Yeah.
You know what? I challenge Steph to create lyrics to the ESPN tones.
I know. Right.
Yeah, all right. I know she can do it.
This guy signed for big bucks.
I'm gonna skip the song that I know you're gonna hate. So I'm just gonna
do it.
No, I want to know what it is.
Whatever tomorrow brings, next topic. With open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, next topic. Next topic, yeah.
I will admit that's one of my guilty pleasure songs. I actually do like that song.
I love that song. I do love that song too.
So Yankee sophomore Ben Rice is something special. With a 786 OPS this season, Rice has been a bright spot to a very, very, very long summer. Now starting behind the plate for the last 3 games to replace the struggling Austin Wells, Yankees catching coordinator Tanner Swanson said publicly that he could probably already start for a third of MLB teams. So catching already looks like a much more consistent plan to develop Rice versus platooning first base versus right-hand pitching, and the only way for us to really know if he's the real deal. So how can we compare the development of Ben Rice versus Anthony Volpe? What's the difference between what the Yankees have done and what the Red Sox are doing with the very successful Rookie of the Year, Roman Anthony?
I can't wait till the to hear the Yankee fans lament about this.
So,
I brought up Roman Anthony. Shut the fuck up.
As a Yankee fan, it's hard to watch kind of how Volpe's kind of unfolding from his rookie year. The talent is like. It's hard to even judge what's happening with him because his rookie year, he showed quality defense. I'm not even talking about the offensive end. His defense, where you could say, okay, I think he actually won a Gold Glove already, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or he was at least close
He
to
did
having
not.
one. Or his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken.
It's too dark, man.
But then you watch what the Red Sox do when they bring on a top prospect
Yeah, in
and how they
23.
kind
In
of
23.
flourish and how they start flourishing and they're part of the offense and they're not. One thing I don't want to jump into too much stuff, but I don't like how Aaron Boone manages our lineup. I feel like he switches the lineup around too much, and
He's a bad manager.
You don't
is
bring
a true fact.
consistency, especially at the top of the order. Like he tries to play the hot hand, and then you move them, and then they start going back into a cold slump. He does it every time. It's tough.
Well, I'm going to pick up on, and really, I think it's important because we're watching two rookies develop at a completely different rate. And I was going to add Jason Dominguez to it too, and we're watching Jason Dominguez develop at a different rate. I think that the pressure of Anthony Volpe having to become Derek Jeter, because that's what people said, that's what the news said. I think it's too much.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
I think it's too much. This kid grew up in New York, idolizing Derek Jeter. And everybody's like, well, you're going to be Derek Jeter because you play shortstop. And he had one good season. He had a home run in the World Series. He had a home run in the World Series last year, a really big time home run. And now this year, he's all in his fucking head. And I agree with John. I mean, hitting 200 isn't cute for your third year. It's not cute. Stop.
But cute for any year, unless you're hitting 50 home runs.
The thing you really need to stop is you need to stop throwing the ball away, Anthony. Stop it. It's not funny.
Block syndrome.
Nobody. He's trying, and that's the way I know that he's all in his head. He's trying to overcorrect. He's trying to do, fadeaway throws like Derek Jeter from deep short. He's trying to toss the ball to Jazz on the run. I mean, he's making so many stupid fucking mistakes that I can't stand it.
So they don't get a rap around him. He'll end up at second base, man. And I don't want that to. Not saying that's a bad. You're still on the field, but he's losing his luster.
Needs to hit. Kid still needs to hit. Why haven't they sent him down?
I don't know. Last week, Newsweek, of all places, said Yankees predicted to move on from Anthony Volpe after a terrible season.
They're going to trade him, or they're going to drop him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, that's really sad if they just have to straight up cut him.
Unfortunately, Anthony Volpe realizes that George Lombard Jr. is in AAA. He's kicking ass, and I mean, they have no loyalty to him. They can just move on. And I think it's really interesting that they threw Anthony Volpe into the spotlight and it didn't work. And they're slow playing Ben Rice and it's working. They got Ben Rice a pro to teach him how to play first. They gave him catching reps when they saw Austin Wells going downhill. They gave him the manager and they're just giving him all this time to become this really great player, and he's good. He's really good, and it's exciting to watch it from the other end, almost from the Roman Anthony end. He's not Roman Anthony, but almost from this almost nothing guy who became a top player. He's going to start because Austin Wells is also hitting 200. Fuck that. He almost won the Rookie of the Year last year. The pressure in New York is a lot. You can see it with Devin Williams. You can see it with, back in the day, Kenny Rogers. People sometimes they just can't handle it.
Yeah.
Period. Hard stop. They just can't. Anyway.
What are you going to do with Devin Williams?
Whether you're brought up in an organization or you're a free agent.
No, we're gonna drop him because it's a 1-year deal. We're gonna say,
oh, you really? You only got signed him for 1 year?
That's a 1-year deal. They don't have it. They don't have any loyalty to Devin Williams. What's his face?
Clearly, you don't either.
Yeah, he's already moved on.
I mean, I don't feel like we should drop him. If anything, I mean, you bring him back on a cheaper contract, maybe, and then see if you can get anything out of him. He showed in the past. This is just 1 year. He showed in the past he could play. Let him find his niche. I know what you mean. Like, as a Yankee fan, we want to see winning.
No, but what's wrong with Devin Williams? Why can't he pitch in the 9th inning? And he can't.
I mean,
and why could he do it in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
How come he can do it in Milwaukee and he can't do it in New York?
Yeah. It's all in the head.
What's going on is that Devin Williams, the airbender, is a change-up out pitcher, right? The problem is when you miss with the change-up, it's going very slowly. And this is what's happening. Devin Williams has more earned runs this season than he does in the last 4 seasons in Milwaukee. 4.
That's why it's hard as a Yankee
Stop bringing him in.
You could say, "Oh, we should have went and got Josh Hader," but the same thing could have happened to him. Like, it's no guarantee anyone could play in New York.
We went and got David Bednar, and you know who's the closer now? David Bednar, because David Bednar is a fucking beast. He's a beast.
In the psyche. It's in the psyche, man.
And you know who doesn't?
Who's the pitcher who's on the Reds now? We had him. We went and got him a few years ago. We had him, and he sucked. He went from being a pitcher of the year to having a 5 ERA. We let him go to Cincinnati for a bag of chips, and then he became a Cy Young candidate again. Like, it's just New York sometimes.
It happens all the time. I think Mark's dead.
Yeah, I think
everybody,
so.
we've killed Mark. He's dead.
We're sorry, Mark.
To Mark. Do you think that they trade Volpe before the end of the season, or in the off season?
I mean, Newsweek sounded like it was imminent.
No, I don't know what you get back for him. It's like
he's young.
Yes, he's only 24, but what are we going to trade him for? Cash for international prospects? Like,
I mean,
we might as well keep him and see what we can continue to do.
I'm
not a fan of
starting pitching,
giving up on our young players so quick. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of it is just management, to be honest. Like, how are we managing our young players versus paying a guy to come in here and play who's already established? We got to learn how to develop in the pros and not just in AA and AAA, you know?
Yeah. Wow. There are a lot of injuries. It makes me sad, and we're out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oswaldo injury. That one there sucks.
Yeah.
Oswaldo's my guy, but his leg was pointing the wrong direction, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
He was really good for us over the last 2, 3 years.
He's one of my favorites.
Legs in the wrong direction are unfortunate.
This is going to be one of my favorite songs. Hopefully, I do it right. All right, ready?
Do it, Marcapella.
Fucky be putting down. I'm the hottest round. I told you, motherfucker. Y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm less than 20 rounds. And if you want me, brother, then come on, get me now. It's next topic. It's next topic. Now go. It's next topic. Now go. It's next topic. Now go. It's the next topic, yo.
Okay.
Nice.
I kind of fucked that up, but
I'm pretty good.
It's okay.
I'm happy. All right, so gambling is still a big part of sports today with ads everywhere for apps and online sports books. But it's still a big no-no in the world of Major League Baseball. Now, the Ohio Casino Control Commission was notified that 2 relief pitchers on the Cleveland Guardians were accused of suspicious behavior that may have been influenced by sports betting, including their closer, Emmanuel Clase. They have been suspended with pay since the end of June, and their fate has yet to be determined. Now, in the last 2 seasons, there have been at least 7 other incidents, including Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, Tucupita Marcano, receiving a lifetime ban, much like Pete Rose. Yikes. So, everyone, does baseball need to change anything with their rules and/or punishments after the alleged gambling ring in Cleveland?
So what's interesting is that we've been talking about the players who typically gamble are the players who don't get paid. Clase is getting paid. That's actually surprising to me.
Yeah.
And are they?
He's a closer.
Are they directly betting on baseball at the moment or other sports? I would imagine the hoopla is
allegedly that they don't.
The state of Ohio is alleging that their behaviors within the game have seemed to have been related to potential bets.
You see, that's right.
For that game. So, the whole integrity of the game.
Right. Bet against yourself and then play horribly on purpose, like that kind of thing, or not quite that bad?
I mean, Pete Rose always bet for the Reds.
He did. He's still got a lifetime ban and a Hall of Fame ban for,
Interesting because It's so, I mean, we've talked about this for another 2 years. Gambling is fun. It's fun to gamble. And it's really easy to gamble these days. I have 2 different gambling apps on my phone for sports betting. Mark does. Mark was showing me his parlays when he was here the last weekend. I mean, it's easy. It's easy. And the thought that
I need to try some of those smaller bets, yeah.
The thought that these millionaires are not betting is naive. It's naive. They're betting. Maybe they're not betting directly themselves, but they are. So what's the rule then? Well, you don't want people to bet on games that they can directly impact. It's like insider trading. But how do you stop that?
Is there a way to monitor that
bans.
somehow?
Baseball is not averse to lifetime bans.
I mean, from a computing perspective, strictly understanding the internet, I don't think there's a way to stop that. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you have to disclose every bet you do? I mean, how would you even know?
You just have one of your million lackeys do it. Just give your lackey $100,000 and have him bet.
There's way too many ways that you can just, like you said, make multiple levels of distance from it.
On a burner phone.
Sure.
With the username.
It's too much variables, though. As a player and as a bettor, would you want to know the person you bet on had a wager on themselves or somewhere along some bet? No, I wouldn't, honestly. What's his name was just on a podcast, and I only know this because I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan also, Michael Porter Jr. He was talking about his brother, John Porter, who got banned from the NBA for betting or whatever. So, but he was talking about how easy it is to get the people you know that may not be rich, get them a lot of cash without handing them like, here you go. Be like,
yeah.
He said, all right, what if I fake an injury this game? Which is easy. You can say, my ankle, and then you bet the under, and now everyone's up $10,000 or something like that.
The thing that blows my mind is in the age of the parlay, and parlays are really fun because it's essentially just prop betting for every sport. In the age of the parlay, how easy would it be to fudge that? Like,
I was going to say, that's a lot more random, so you can very easily do something to set that up.
The guy last year who got in trouble for the great 3-point shooter, I forget his name, who was on the parlay number of his 3 points, and he's like, I got something in my eye, and he didn't play the rest of the game. But obviously he didn't. He just realized he was making too many fucking threes. Right.
He's going to make a lot of people that bet a certain amount very angry at him.
I also feel like it's more difficult for baseball in general, right? Because baseball is a harder sport than the other ones. Not as far as how athletic or anything, but just putting the baseball bat on the ball itself to be successful.
It's a lot more random.
High velocity object that's tiny.
3 out of 10. Like, imagine saying you're the best shooter and you're shooting 3 out of 10 from 3. It's the success rate is lower, but still equals more value.
Right.
So unless you're betting the under for everything, I can't see how, baseball will get you too far if you're having insider stuff. Unless you're a pitcher, I guess.
Pete, I'm going to show you DraftKings. You're going to love it.
I know. That's one of the ones that I got to be careful, though, because I don't want to get addicted to that.
You won't. You don't just get addicted to gambling. You have an addictive personality you get addicted to gambling, which you don't have.
Yeah, I definitely.
You're good.
I've been in enough casinos and be like, I'm good.
You're good. Hey, Mark.
What time is it?
What time it is?
Dude.
It's the final topic. How'd that sound?
Sounded great, man. That was awesome.
Good.
So in a world of ever-growing weird headlines, it was announced that the UFC will hold an MMA cage fight on the White House lawn during America's 250th birthday celebration next year. CEO Dana White told CBS Mornings that the fight would indeed take place on July 4th, 2026. When speaking about the event, Trump stated he wanted Ivanka to help plan it, even though she has publicly sworn off politics since the last since his previous presidency. So, with an event that's equal parts embarrassing and unbelievable, how has our timeline gotten here? Does this appeal enough to his base, or is it just another distraction to some other eviler plot?
This is all distraction and misdirection against one thing. Yep.
But Dana White is all in on it. And did you hear the news about Paramount? So they sell the rights to CBS and the other on all those networks. And guess what just came over the news now is they bought the UFC. They bought the
Paramount
rights to show UFC. Yes, they have.
Holy shit. That's a big deal. That's a big company.
I find that very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
So really
what they're going to do is they're going to live stream UFC fights on their Paramount Plus app, and it's going to be a regular streaming model that's different than what ESPN had. Because ESPN, you had to pay for ESPN Plus, but then you had to pay on top of that for every fight, so it was like pay-per-view. Paramount Plus is not going to do that. They're going to do something very similar to what Peacock was doing for WWE and their premium live events. It's just the regular subscription. Now, as of right now, I believe a subscription to Paramount is like $10-$12.
It's not that. It's not that much.
And it's probably going to go up a little bit, but it's still a significant amount of money less than what ESPN was charging. So Paramount is taking a huge leap into upwards of viewership, not only to their app and whatnot, but just in general because of UFC.
Side note, actually, Walmart, that whole subscription for Walmart when they're like delivering food, I think also includes Paramount. So
really?
Honestly, that's a well-connected thing.
Well, Paramount was in bed with a lot of people for the deals with Paramount Plus. I believe they had one. I think they had one with Verizon too. I could be wrong about that.
Well, Verizon has deals for like almost every streaming.
Scooped on my favorite podcast, If These Balls Could Talk. Sports streaming is the thing people are trying to win.
Sure, wasn't there supposed to be some mega conglomerate of like a bunch of sporting streaming networks all together under one umbrella?
Yeah.
What I'm going to start to dislike though.
Don't die, Mark.
I mean, we're going to see this with the new ESPN app.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be $30 a month now.
Well, that's just Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu all combined.
Understand. Yeah. All these apps, like with the exception of Netflix, none of them are making money, right?
Very few.
So how do you make money? You increase the price. So all of these apps that have their own separate content are eventually going to be more than cable. So
I feel like they already are if you add them up. I bet.
If you have them all, then yes.
Mm.
Until we do the full circle of life and go back to cable.
We have it. Yes. If only there was one thing that gave you all of these things at once.
This might push people.
If it gets crazy, yeah,
it'll never happen. Nobody wants their life to be scheduled around the shows they want to watch. We'll never go back.
Okay, but we're talking new cable, John.
Can we though?
It's cable on demand.
I know we do this a lot, but can we get back to the weird, bizarro universe that we live in?
Yes.
What, you don't want to see a UFC fight on the lawn of the White House?
I had to look this up because I found this headline. I found this headline, and I was just like, "That can't be real." And I found it on Time Magazine, and I was like, "I guess it's real." And we live in such a world where political headlines can be Onion articles, and I mean, this is not the only thing.
A lot of times, the Onion articles are more tame than the actual headlines at this point. Hey, you know what? I will say this. If you're
he's going to Alaska this week, and he said he had to go to Russia. He's a crazy, crazy old man. He doesn't know shit about shit.
No, you know what?
Honestly, if someone probably said Roman Coliseum, he would probably be all for it.
You know absolutely, what I mean? Like, he'd be all for that.
Yeah.
He'd want to dress up as Julius Caesar.
Right. Hey, you know
what were you going to say, Pete?
I'm just going to say that the standard is set the last time that there was a boxing ring on the White House grounds, Teddy Roosevelt fought other politicians and world leaders in sparring matches before negotiations. So I think
amazing.
I mean, I think if you're going to have an octagon in the White House lawn, we need it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably fisticuffs, I'm imagining.
Oh, it was definitely fisticuffs.
I mean, assuming the Secret Service allows this, I actually kind of feel like it's going to happen.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
I actually feel like it's going to happen. Because Dana White is all in on it, too.
It's going to happen.
It's following the path of our timeline. So, I mean, it's either we accept it for what it is, or,
Yeah, this is looking way too similar to the fall of ancient Rome at this point. Way too many parallels here.
Never mind that.
I think that is that.
Once again, John brings us down at the end of the episode.
I did it on purpose this time.
Oh, no.
So that has been our topics. Oh, excuse me. We will be back next week with a show favorite Tim phase. In the meantime, you can catch up on our old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
No.
We'd like to thank our guests for joining us tonight. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. You rocked it.
Appreciate you guys.
You can also follow or like us on our socials at iftheseballspod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Our website is www.iftheseballscould-talk-pod.com. This is Mark Pesci here for my partner John Companion and producer Pete Steffen. That's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Until
See you next time.